section as well. In further interpretation, courts have an obligation not to read a statute, and again, I think it's charter section or what that charter section does in a way that doesn't. Let's go on and answer the question. And I think, and again, I think it's very clear what that charter section does. Opportunity for council to go on and answer the question. I think we have not had a tremendous amount of opportunity for council to override the veto charter when it comes to putting it. We have not had a tremendous amount of opportunity to has expressed desire to put it in the committee charter when it comes to putting it into committee, but you have an ordinance for council refer it to committee has expressed desire to put it into committee under Jerry will tell you this is not. It says that a member can make procedure. I think there's refer it to committee as to how to vote, what it means to reconsider. Jerry will tell you this is not typical. I understand. I think there's a little bit of ambiguity as to putting it into committee because of council rules. There's at least council rule. I understand the. I think the real substance of your question putting it into committee because of council rules. What is the impact of doing that today if it stays in committee? I think the real substance of your question, Councilmember Moline, is so what is the impact of doing that? You want to take a vote to sustain veto, which is what would be our interpretation of the veto. Then you would. So if you want to sustain. You want to take a vote to sustain.
Thank you, Director Emsch. Just so we're clear, you said if it goes into committee, it will in essence be sustaining the veto after 10 days, correct?
Yeah.
Thank you, Director Emsch. Just so we're clear, you said if it goes into committee, it will in essence be sustaining the veto after 10 days, correct?
Yeah, and yes, the clerk has done what he is obligated to do, which is transmit. And in the 10 days, the veto to council at today's meeting, and this is the clerk has done what he is obligated to do, which is transmit
Thank you, Director Emsch.
The veto to council at today's meeting.
Thank you, Councilwoman. Councilwoman Adams.
Which council has to reconsider.
Well, I think
thank you, Director Emsch.
It's clear.
Thank you.
If it goes into committee,
thank you, Councilwoman.
Councilwoman
Adams.
Supporting the veto. Well, I don't think anybody wants to support the veto. If it goes into committee, and I truly believe that any changes that we're supporting the veto, anybody wants to make to the ordinance, I don't think anybody wants to support the veto. In discussions, and I truly believe that any changes in place, as it was anybody wants to make to the ordinance, including they can increase in the amount of money in discussion is being allocated with the ordinance in place, and so as it was voted upon. I don't think including an increase in the amount of money. And someone said that it's that is being put allocated. It in committee. It's not in committee, and so it is law. I don't think it's wise. It's an ordinance, and we voted. Someone said that it's, but the mayor didn't sign it. It's not in committee. That's the only thing that happened. It is we law. Voted into existence, and it's an ordinance. We voted, mayor, but the mayor didn't sign it. Already been our convictions. So I'm not going to rehash all of that. If we fail, but uphold our own ordinance, I think we set a dangerous precedent. Whatever council decides. And uphold what it is, and then he said already. Not only not going to sign it on March 2nd, I'm going to veto it. The only thing that happened, send it back to you, didn't tell you, okay? And then he said, not only not going to sign it, override it if you want. I'm going to veto it. Well, send it back to you. What we want and tell you what we want to. Okay, what we wanted to do was get his signature in the first place. And this discussion would not be taking place. Well, we could have had 2 weeks that we could have already started working on. What we wanted to do was get his signature in the first place. That's all I'm saying. This discussion would not be taking place. That we could have had 2 weeks that we could have already started. I'm trying to be as rational as possible in the ordinance, and that's all I'm saying. Realize what you're doing. If you put it in committee, I'm saying I don't think that's what anybody on council wants to do. Because anything that you're going to do, I'm trying to be as rational as possible, have input and work on a committee, realize what you're doing, exactly how much money is going to go into it. And I don't think that's what anybody on council wants to do. Because anything that I appreciate the fact that you have input, made a very good suggestion. But in light of the fact that it's and I do want to say to Mr. To Councilman, that to me, I appreciate the problem. The fact that you so have it may not have a very good suggestion, but in light of the fact that it supports a veto input from Councilwoman, that to me is the problem. We have to be very careful about what we do tonight, and in order to not have it be vetoed, we really have to make sure that we don't support input a veto. And I said at the beginning, we have to be very careful about what we do tonight, and tell council we really have to make sure that we don't do what we support. A veto is just, I said at the beginning, it's having somebody misguided or anything. So tell council that it doesn't have the authority to do what I think you tried is just be as fair as possible, but it's to disagree, misguided with us last antecedent. So thank you, Mr. Inch, for your, I know that the input charter I think does not address creating as fair as possible, but I still disagree a new department, which we did, and we have the power to do that. And I know the people that hear that charter does not address, and I'll give it back creating, to you,
Thank
or
you.
establishing a new department, which we did, and we have the power
I know
to do
I'm
that.
exhausted.
And I just want to make sure the
I'm
people
sure everyone
hear
else
that
is.
very clearly.
Mayor, I'll give
I'll
you
give it back
1
to you,
minute,
Mr. President.
and then we're going to get on with business. Thank you.
Sure. And again, I appreciate the opportunity here. I know it's
I'm
rare that I
exhausted
come
on
and
this.
address
I'm
council.
sure
I get
everyone
that.
else is. So,
I only
Mayor,
did it
I'll
tonight
give you
to try
1
to
minute, and then we're
help
going to
us
get on with
avoid
business.
an awkward moment.
Sure.
I mean,
And again,
the fact of the
I
matter
appreciate
is,
the opportunity here. I know it's rare
despite
that
the
I
best of
come and
intentions,
address council.
I get that.
The ordinance
I
does
only did it
violate the
tonight
charter.
to try to
There's just
help us
I wish it
avoid
didn't.
an awkward moment.
It would make all of our
the fact
lives
of the matter
easier.
is,
But it just did.
despite the best of intentions,
I don't want to veto it. You don't
know,
want to have
the
to vote on
ordinance
this. But
does
the fact
violate
is,
the
we all
charter.
swear an oath to the charter.
We have no choice.
I wish it didn't. There's just no choice. It would make all of our lives
So
easier.
I came here
But
tonight
it just
sort of
did.
hoping
I don't
that
want to. I don't want to
everyone
veto
would
it.
understand
You don't want to
that
have
I'm
to
trying
vote
to
on
offer
this.
a
But the
path
fact is
where
that
we
we
can all
swear an
win.
oath to the charter.
We have no choice. I
This
can
is
throw
just-
you a
there's just no
lifeline,
choice
but
on this
I
one.
can't force you to
So
take
I
it.
came here tonight
So
sort of hoping
do whatever you want.
that we'll work with you.
Everyone would understand that I'm trying to offer
I'm
a
looking
path
for
where we can all
spend
win.
this money on kids one way or
If-
another. And
I can
we're
throw
gonna-
you a lifeline,
everything's
but
going to be
I
fine.
can't force you to take
even
it.
family members
So,
who love each other.
do
can
whatever you
disagree
want.
sometimes.
We'll work.
So if you want to vote on the veto straight up, fine. Going to spend
you
this
wanna
money on
send
kids
it to
one way or
committee,
another. Do it that way, so you don't have to cast an awkward vote.
Thank
That's
you.
fine
I'm
too.
going to log out. I trust you guys.
We're here to
gonna do
work
whatever
with
think
you.
is best.
We
Thank
want
you,
to
Mayor.
spend a lot of
Councilwoman
money
Adams,
changing
does your
kids'
motion still
lives,
stand to pull it out of committee?
but call me crazy.
Yes.
I'd like to follow the law too.
Okay.
So
Just everyone.
thank you. I'm going to log
just
out.
so
I trust
everyone
you
knows,
guys are
if you
going to do
vote
whatever you think is
yes,
best.
because this has went to committee. Councilwoman, does your motion still stand to pull it out of committee?
Yes.
If you will vote yes today, you will want to
everyone
pull
know-
this out of
just so
committee.
everyone knows, if you
and
vote yes
on the mayor's veto.
this has
If
went
you
to
vote
committee,
no, you will want
Councilwoman
to
Williams
leave
has
it
put
in
this in
committee. If you will vote yes
Everybody
today,
good.
you will want to pull this out of committee and vote on the mayor's veto.
Councilwoman
If you
Adams.
vote no,
President Cherry, I just
you
want to
will
make
want
sure
to
that if
leave
they
it
vote
in
yes, then they want to pull it out of
everybody
committee.
good. Correct. If
Okay.
you-
Thank,
yes.
um,
You vote yes, you're pulling it out of committee. If you vote no, you want to leave it in.
Councilwoman
committee.
Adams.
President Cherry, I just want to
All
make
right.
sure that if
Clerk,
they
can
vote
you please
yes,
call the roll?
then they want to pull it out of committee.
Correct. If
Okay.
you,
Thank,
yes, you vote yes, you're pulling it out of
Yes.
committee. If you vote no, you want to leave it in committee. All right. Clerk,
Yes.
can you please call the roll?
Ludeman, Hobbs,
No.
McPherson,
Yes. Yes.
Meldon, Comires,
No.
Moline,
Yes.
Yes.
Ludeman, Whitman,
No.
No.
McPherson, Williams,
No.
Adams, Meldon,
yes,
No.
Cherry, Moline,
No.
Yes.
Delaney, Whitman,
No.
Gaddis, Williams,
No.
Adams,
yes,
tie vote. Cherry,
All right. No. Now we need to
Delaney.
call on the mayor for the tie, right?
yes, Gaddis,
And he logged off.
a tie vote. He logged off, then it
Right.
stays in committee.
Now we need to call on the mayor for the tie, right?
Yes, we do.
And he logged off.
If he logged off, then it stays in committee.
Let me see if I can get him logged back on. I can get him logged back on. Mayor, can you hear us?
Yes, I can.
Okay, so we have a tie.
What did you decide to do? Was the vote on sending it to committee or was the vote on the straight override?
When we send something to committee, sir, it automatically Mayor, can you hear us? So
yes, I can.
There was a motion to pull it out of committee and vote on the veto.
What did you decide to do? Was the vote on sending it to committee?
You voted to pull it out of committee and vote. When we send something to committee, sir, it automatically goes in. So to leave it in, there was a motion to pull it out of committee and vote on the veto vote. So if you voted yes, you voted to pull it out of committee and vote on the veto.
And if you would
If you
vote
voted
yes,
no, you
you
voted
would vote
to leave it in committee.
If you vote no, it
So
will
you
stay
have
in committee.
the tie vote.
I'm calling on
So
you.
this item in committee, no vote keeps it in
It
committee.
is in committee
Correct.
now.
And a
And
no
if you would
vote
yes,
also
you
prevents
would
members
vote
of
to
council
relieve it
from
of
having to
committee.
cast
If
an
you
awkward
no,
vote
it will stay in
on
committee.
this ordinance.
I'm
Correct.
calling on
Okay,
you.
so wait, a no
Then
vote keeps it in
for
committee.
everyone's
Correct.
sake,
And
I
a
vote no.
no vote also prevents members of council from
Very
having
good.
to cast
So
an awkward
the ordinance
vote
stays in committee.
on this ordinance.
Motion
That's
failed.
Correct.
okay.
All right, thank you.
Then
Moving
for
along.
everyone's sake, I vote no.
Let me get my notes together here, folks.
Very
Sorry.
good. So the ordinance stays in committee.
Can I have a
Motion
That's-
failed.
Councilwoman Pearson, yes, thank you. Moving along.
I just want to ask, because
Let
of
me get my
how
notes
this just
together
went down,
here, folks.
for
Sorry.
clarity, then what's the next step, sir? And I'm sorry if I'm out of line for it. I just,
The law director said that, that sustains the veto by being in committee if no action is taken by Friday, correct, Jerry? Or,
To be quite honest, I don't understand that 10 days. The 10 days was from our last meeting. It was last Friday. So the ordinance, there had to be an action by last Friday. It had to be signed, returned unsigned, or vetoed. The mayor did that last Wednesday by the 10th. He vetoed it. So I don't know where the 10 days came from, to be quite honest. So I opine nothing on that issue.
from what I recollect when the law director was on, that he stated that if this was stayed in committee, it sustained the veto. Correct?
That's what was stated.
Okay, so that's how we're gonna answer it.
okay, so we don't have to deal with the veto anymore.
Well, not today.
Okay, okay.
All right, moving along, we'll move along to the appointments from the office of the mayor.
Yes, the appointments from the office of the mayor. The first is item 125. This is the executive appointments. The mayor recommends the appointment of Tyrone Alexander as Director of Department of Human Resources, Juwan Armour, Commissioner of Gun Violence Initiative, Thomas Buckley, Commissioner of Division of Accounts, Sean Burnett, Commissioner of Division of Transportation, Rosalind Clemens, Director of Department of Neighborhoods, Jennifer Jakeway, Commissioner of Division of Customer Service, Tiffany McNair, Commissioner of Division of Housing, Douglas Stevens, Deputy Director, Department of Public Utilities, Brandon Selhorst, Commissioner of Economic Development, Sandra Spang, Commissioner of Business Services. The mayor respectfully requests council confirmation.
Move to confirm.
Hobbs,
Yes.
Comives,
Yes.
Ludeman,
Yes.
McPherson,
Yes,
Meldon,
Yes.
Moline,
Yes.
Whitman,
yes.
Williams,
Yes.
Adams,
Yes,
Cherry,
Yes.
Delaney,
Yes.
Gaddis.
Yes.
Appointments confirmed. Next are appointments. Number 126, appointments to the Tarta Board. The mayor recommends the appointments of Sam Olenrand, Kendra Smith, and Michael Hart each to a 3-year term expiring February 28th, 2024. The mayor respectfully requests council confirmation.
Move to confirm.
Hobbs,
Yes.
Comives,
Yes.
Ludeman,
Yes.
McPherson,
Yes.
Meldon.
Yes.
Moline,
Yes.
Whitman,
Yes.
Williams,
Yes.
Adams,
Yes.
Carey,
Yes.
Delaney,
Yes.
Gaddis.
Yes.
Appointments confirmed. Item number 127. These are also appointments to the Charter Board. The mayor recommends the appointments of Dr. Pat McKinstry, Catherine Hunt Thomas, Heather Baker, and Patrick Kojawski, each to a 3-year term expiring February 28th, 2024. In addition to the appointments, the mayor is asking for a waiver of Charter Section 61 requiring residency for Dr. Pat McKinstry and Heather Baker. The mayor respectfully requests council confirmation.
Move to confirm.
Hobbs,
Yes.
Comives,
Yes.
Ludeman,
Yes.
McPherson,
Yes.
Meldon,
Yes.
Moline,
Yes.
Whitman,
Yes.
Williams,
Yes.
Adams,
Yep.
Carey,
Yes.
Delaney,
Yes.
Gaddis.
Yes.
Appointments confirmed.
Thank you. And now turn the agenda over to Councilman Hobbs.
Clerk, could you please begin with the second reading items?
Yes, second reading items, this begins with ordinance 98, authorizing the mayor to execute a 1-year contract with 3 1-year renewals for the purchase of brass fittings for water repairs of citywide, authorizing the annual expenditure of $225,000 from the water operating fund for said purchase, subject to annual appropriation, and declaring an emergency.
Emergency.
Hobbs, Comize, Ludeman, McPherson, Meldon, Moline, Whitman, Williams, Adams, Cherry, Delaney, Gaddis. Motion carried.
Passage.
Hobbs,
Yes.
Comize,
Yes.
Ludeman,
Yes.
McPherson,
Yes.
Meldon,
Yes.
Moline,
Yes.
Whitman,
Yes.
Williams,
Yes.
Adams,
Yes.
Carey,
Yes.
Delaney,
Yes.
Gaddis.
Yes.
Ordinance passed. Ordinance 100, authorizing the mayor to enter into an agreement for the purchase of info asset planner software from Innovise Incorporated, waiving competitive procurement provisions of TMC Chapter 187, authorizing the disappropriation of an amount not to exceed $74,800 from the Water Replacement Fund, authorizing the appropriation and expenditure of an amount not to exceed $74,800 in the Water Replacement Fund for the purchase of info asset planner software and declaring an emergency.
Emergency.
Hobbs, Comize, Ludeman, McPherson, Meldon, Moline, Whitman, Williams, Adams, Cherry, Delaney, Gaddis. Motion carried.
Passage.
Hobbs,
Yes.
Comize,
Yes.
Ludeman,
Yes.
McPherson,
Yes.
Meldon,
Yes.
Moline,
Yes.
Whitman,
Yes.
Williams,
Yes.
Adams,
Yes.
Cherry,
Yes.
Delaney,
Yes.
Gaddis.
Yes.
Ordinance passed. Ordinance 106, authorizing the expenditure of $75,000 from the Capital Improvements Fund for the improvements at Detweiler Park Ball Field, authorizing the mayor to accept bids and award contracts for said improvements and declaring an emergency.
Emergency.
Hobbs, Comize, Ludeman, McPherson, Meldon, Moline, Whitman, Williams, Adams, Cherry, Delaney, Gaddis. Motion carried.
Passage.
Hobbs,
Yes.
Comize,
Yes.
Ludeman,
Yes.
Pearson,
Yes.
Meldon,
Yes.
Moline,
Yes.
Whitman,
Yes.
Williams,
Yes.
Adams,
Yes.
Cherry,
Yes.
Delaney,
Yes.
Gaddis.
Yes.
Ordinance passed. Council members Adams and Colmize present Resolution 128, resolution requesting President Biden to sign an executive order for federal management that will reduce toxic, harmful algal blooms that are costly for municipal water treatment plants and result in economic harm to fishing, boating, and recreation, tourist-related businesses, and declaring an emergency.
Suspension.
Hobbs, Colmize, Ludeman, McPherson, Melton, Moline, Whitman, Williams, Adams, Cherry, Delaney, Gaddis. Motion carried.
Emergency.
Hobbs, Colmize, Ludeman, McPherson, Melton, Moline, Whitman, Williams, Adams, Cherry, Delaney, Gaddis. Motion carried.
Passage.
Hobbs,
Yes.
Colmize,
Yes.
Ludeman,
Yes.
McPherson,
Yes.
Melton,
Yes.
Moline,
Yes.
Whitman,
Yes.
Williams,
Yes.
Adams,
Yes.
Cherry,
Yes.
Delaney,
Yes.
Gaddis.
Yes.
Resolution adopted. Council members Gaddis, Adams, McPherson, Moline, Whitman, and Williams present Resolution 129, resolution expressing Toledo City Council support of HJ Resolution 17, removing the deadline for the ratification of the Equal Rights Amendment, and HJ Resolution 28, restarting the amendment process for the ratification of the Equal Rights Amendment and declaring an emergency.
Suspension.
Hobbs, Colmize, Ludeman, McPherson, Melton, Moline, Whitman, Williams, Adams, Cherry, Delaney, Gaddis. Motion carried.
Emergency.
Hobbs, Colmize, Ludeman, McPherson, Melton, Moline, Whitman, Williams, Adams, Cherry, Delaney, Gaddis. Motion carried.
Passage.
Hobbs,
Yes.
Colmize,
Yes.
Ludeman,
Yes.
McPherson,
Yes.
Melton,
Yes.
Moline,
Yes.
Whitman,
Yes.
Williams,
Yes.
Adams,
Yes.
Cherry,
Yes.
Delaney,
Yes.
Gaddis.
Yes.
Resolution adopted. Council President Cherry and the members of the council present ordinance 130, approving a petition for special assessments for special energy improvement projects and a project plan for the Northwest Ohio Advanced Energy Improvement District under Chapter 1710 of the Ohio Revised Code to authorize and levy special assessments for the purpose of acquiring, constructing, and improving certain public improvements in the city of Toledo in cooperation with the Northwest Ohio Advanced Energy Improvement District, and to approve an energy project agreement in connection with such improvements and special assessments and declaring an emergency.
Suspension.
Hobbs, Colmize, Ludeman, McPherson, Melton, Moline, Whitman, Williams, Adams, Cherry, Delaney, Gaddis. Motion carried.
Emergency.
Hobbs, Colmize, Ludeman, McPherson, Melton, Moline, Whitman, Williams, Adams, Cherry, Delaney, Gaddis. Motion carried.
Passage.
Hobbs,
Yes.
Colmize,
Yes.
Ludeman,
Yes.
McPherson,
Yes.
Melton,
Yes.
Moline,
Yes.
Whitman,
Yes.
Williams,
Yes.
Adams,
Yes.
Cherry,
Yes.
Delaney,
Yes.
Gaddis.
Yes.
Ordinance passed. Now the new items from the administration. This is ordinance 131, authorizing the mayor to apply for and enter into no interest principal forgiveness financing agreements with the Ohio Water Development Authority, OWDA, and to accept, deposit, appropriate, and expend grant proceeds in an amount not to exceed $2 million into the Water Replacement Fund for the lead service line replacement project, authorizing appropriation and expenditure in an amount not to exceed $100,000 from the Water Replacement Fund for the payment of administrative fees and miscellaneous project costs, authorizing the mayor to accept bids and execute necessary agreements related to the project, and declaring an emergency.
Suspension.
Hobbs, Colmize, Ludeman, McPherson, Melton, Moline, Whitman, Williams, Adams, Cherry, Delaney, Gaddis. Motion carried.
Emergency.
Hobbs, Colmize, Ludeman, McPherson, Melton, Moline, Whitman, Williams, Adams, Cherry, Delaney, Gaddis. Motion carried.
Passage.
Hobbs,
Yes.
Colmives,
Yes.
Ludeman,
Yes.
McPherson,
Yes.
Melden,
Yes.
Moline,
Yes.
Whitman,
Yes.
Williams,
Yes.
Adams,
Yes.
Cherry,
Yes.
Delaney,
Yes.
Gaddis.
Yes.
Ordinance passed. Ordinance 132, authorizing the appropriation and expenditure amount not to exceed $4,700,000 from the unappropriated balance of the Stormwater Utility Improvement Fund for various drainage improvement projects, authorizing the mayor to prepare engineering studies, plans, specifications, acquire rights-of-way and easements as appropriate, accept bids and enter into contracts for said drainage improvement projects, and declaring an emergency.
First reading, please, Mr. Denninger.
Ordinance 133, authorizing the expenditure amount not to exceed $10,500 from the general fund, authorizing the expenditure not to exceed $20,250 from the street construction maintenance and repair fund, authorizing the expenditure of an amount not to exceed $51,750 from the capital improvement fund, authorizing the expenditure amount not to exceed $22,500 from the water operating fund, authorizing the expenditure not to exceed $34,500 from the sewer operating fund, authorizing the expenditure amount not to exceed $10,500 from the stormwater utility operating fund, authorizing the mayor to enter into a contract for the purpose of procuring document scanning services and declaring an emergency.
Suspension.
Hobbs, Colmize, Ludeman, McPherson, Melton, Moline, Whitman, Williams, Adams, Cherry, Delaney, Gaddis. Motion carried.
Emergency.
Hobbs, Colmize, Ludeman, McPherson, Melton, Moline, Whitman, Williams, Adams, Cherry, Delaney, Gaddis. Motion carried.
Passage.
Hobbs,
Yes.
Colmize,
Yes.
Ludeman,
Yes.
McPherson,
Yes.
Melton,
Yes.
Moline,
Yes.
Whitman,
Yes.
Williams,
Yes.
Adams,
Yes.
Cherry,
Yes.
Delaney,
Yes.
Gaddis.
Yes.
Ordinance passed. Ordinance 134, authorizing the expenditure of $432,600 from the sewer operating fund for the purchase of sewer equipment required for the Department of Public Utilities, Division of Sewer and Drainage Services, in order to perform routine maintenance, inspection, and repairs of the city wastewater collection system, authorizing the mayor to accept bids and enter into contracts for said purchases, and declaring an emergency.
First reading, please, Mr. Denninger.
Ordinance 135, waiving the competitive procurement requirements of TMC Chapter 187 and authorizing the mayor to enter into agreements with Blue Conduit Services for the purpose of identifying lead lines and with freshwater future for related community education efforts and declaring an emergency.
Suspension.
Hobbs, Colmize, Ludeman, McPherson, Melton, Moline, Whitman, Williams, Adams, Cherry, Delaney, Gaddis. Motion carried.
Emergency.
Hobbs, Colmize, Ludeman, McPherson, Melton, Moline, Whitman, Williams, Adams, Cherry, Delaney, Gaddis. Motion carried.
Passage.
Hobbs,
Yes.
Colmize,
Yes.
Ludeman,
Yes.
McPherson,
Yes.
Melton,
Yes.
Moline,
Yes.
Whitman,
Yes.
Williams,
Yes.
Adams,
Yes.
Cherry,
Yes.
Delaney,
Sorry, yes.
Gaddis.
Yes.
Ordinance passed. Ordinance 136, authorizing the mayor to enter into a contract for the development of a citywide cost allocation plan, authorizing expenditure amount not to exceed $19,800 from the general fund and declaring an emergency.
Suspension.
Hobbs, Colmize, Ludeman, McPherson, Melton, Moline, Whitman, Williams, Adams, Cherry, Delaney, Gaddis. Motion carried.
Emergency.
Hobbs, Colmize, Ludeman, McPherson, Melton, Moline, Whitman, Williams, Adams, Cherry, Delaney, Gaddis, motion carried.
Passage.
Hobbs,
Yes.
Colmize,
Yes.
Ludeman,
Yes.
McPherson,
Yes.
Melton,
Yes.
Moline,
Yes.
Whitman,
Yes.
Williams,
Yes.
Adams,
Yes.
Cherry,
Yes.
Delaney,
Yes.
Gaddis.
Yes.
Ordinance passed. Ordinance 137, approving a community reinvestment area real property tax exemption for Toledo Police Federal Credit Union, 4280 Heather Downs Boulevard, Toledo, Ohio, 43614, for the construction of a new credit union facility located at 2340 South Reynolds Road, Toledo, Ohio, 43614. Property in the Hawthorne Hills Community Reinvestment Area, authorizing the execution of an agreement and other documents related thereto, making certain findings and determinations in connection therewith, and declaring an emergency.
Suspension.
Colmize, Ludeman, McPherson, Melton, Moline, Whitman, Williams, Adams, Cherry, Delaney, Gaddis, motion carried.
Emergency.
Hobbs, Colmize, Ludeman, McPherson, Melton, Moline, Whitman, Williams, Adams, Cherry, Delaney, Gaddis, motion carried.
Passage.
Hobbs,
Yes.
Colmize,
Yes.
Ludeman,
Yes.
McPherson,
Yes.
Melton,
Yes.
Moline,
Yes.
Whitman,
Yes.
Williams,
Yes.
Adams,
Yes.
Cherry,
Yes.
Delaney,
I'm going to abstain.
Gaddis.
Yes.
Ordinance passed. Ordinance 138. Authorizing the mayor to enter, execute, and deliver a real estate purchase agreement and other needed instruments for the sale and conveyance of a portion of 2340 South Reynolds Road to the Toledo Police Federal Credit Union. Authorizing the deposit of net sale proceeds, making certain findings with respect thereto, waiving the notice and competitive bidding provisions of TMC 187.19, and declaring an emergency.
Suspension.
Hobbs, Colmize, Ludeman, McPherson, Melton, Moline, Whitman, Williams, Adams, Cherry, Delaney, Gaddis, motion carried.
Emergency.
Hobbs, Colmize, Ludeman, McPherson, Melton, Moline, Whitman, Williams, Adams, Cherry, Delaney, Gaddis, motion carried.
Passage.
Hobbs,
Yes.
Colmize,
Yes.
Ludeman,
Yes.
McPherson,
Yes.
Melton,
Yes.
Moline,
Yes.
Whitman,
Yes.
Williams,
Yes.
Adams,
Yes.
Cherry,
Yes.
Delaney,
Abstain.
Gaddis.
Yes.
Ordinance passed. Ordinance 139. Authorizing the mayor to enter into and execute cooperative agreements between the City of Toledo and State of Ohio Department of Transportation, ODOT, and giving consent to ODOT to construct a safety-funded project at the intersection of Airport Highway and Burn Road, PID 108465, and declaring an emergency.
Suspension.
Hobbs, Colmize, Ludeman, McPherson, Melton, Moline, Whitman, Williams, Adams, Cherry, Delaney, Gaddis, motion carried.
Emergency.
Hobbs, Colmize, Ludeman, McPherson, Melton, Moline, Whitman, Williams, Adams, Cherry, Delaney, Gaddis, motion carried.
Passage.
Hobbs,
Yes.
Colmize,
Yes.
Ludeman,
Yes.
McPherson,
Yes.
Melton,
Yes.
Moline,
Yes.
Whitman,
Yes.
Williams,
Yes.
Adams,
Yes.
Cherry,
Yes.
Delaney,
Yes.
Gaddis.
Yes.
Ordinance passed. Ordinance 140. Authorizing the mayor to enter into and execute cooperative agreements between the City of Toledo and the State of Ohio Department of Transportation, ODOT, and giving consent to ODOT to construct a safety-funded project at the intersection of Alexis Road and Lewis Avenue, PID 110495, and declaring an emergency.
Suspension.
Hobbs, Colmize, Ludeman, McPherson, Melton, Moline, Whitman, Williams, Adams, Cherry, Delaney, Gaddis, motion carried.
Emergency.
Hobbs, Colmize, Ludeman, McPherson, Melton, Moline, Whitman, Williams, Adams, Cherry, Delaney, Gaddis, motion carried.
Passage.
Hobbs,
Yes.
Colmize,
Yes.
Ludeman,
Yes.
McPherson,
Yes.
Melton,
Yes.
Moline,
Yes.
Whitman,
Yes.
Williams,
Yes.
Adams,
Yes.
Cherry,
Yes.
Delaney,
Yes.
Gaddis.
Yes.
Ordinance passed. Ordinance 141, authorizing the mayor to enter into and execute cooperative agreements between the City of Toledo and State of Ohio Department of Transportation, ODOT, and giving consent to ODOT to construct a safety-funded project at the intersection of Reynolds Road and Heather Downs Boulevard, PID 110500, and declaring an emergency.
Suspension.
Hobbs, Colmize, Ludeman, McPherson, Melton, Moline, Whitman, Williams, Adams, Cherry, Delaney, Gaddis, motion carried.
Emergency.
Hobbs, Colmize, Ludeman, McPherson, Melton, Moline, Whitman, Williams, Adams, Cherry, Delaney, Gaddis, motion carried.
Passage.
Hobbs,
Yes.
Colmize,
Yes.
Ludeman,
Yes.
McPherson,
Yes.
Melton,
Yes.
Moline,
Yes.
Whitman,
Yes.
Williams,
Yes.
Adams,
Yes.
Cherry,
Yes.
Delaney,
Yes.
Gaddis.
Yes.
Ordinance passed. Ordinance 142, authorizing the expenditure of $250,000 from the Street Construction Maintenance and Repair Fund, authorizing the mayor to accept bids and award contracts for the 2021 crack sealing program, and declaring an emergency.
Suspension.
Hobbs, Colmize, Ludeman, McPherson, Melton, Moline, Whitman, Williams, Adams, Cherry, Delaney, Gaddis, motion carried.
Emergency.
Hobbs, Colmize, Ludeman, McPherson, Melton, Moline, Whitman, Williams, Adams, Cherry, Delaney, Gaddis, motion carried.
Passage.
Hobbs,
Yes.
Colmize,
Yes.
Ludeman,
Yes.
McPherson,
Yes.
Melton,
Yes.
Moline,
Yes.
Whitman,
Yes.
Williams,
Yes.
Adams,
Yes.
Cherry,
Yes.
Delaney,
Yes.
Gaddis.
Yes.
Ordinance passed. Ordinance 143, authorizing the expenditure of $70,110 from the Street Construction Maintenance and Repair Fund for the Martin Luther King Jr. Bridge electrical repairs, authorizing the mayor to waive formal bidding requirements of TMC Chapter 187 and award a contract to TAS Incorporated for said repairs, making certain findings with respect thereto, and declaring an emergency.
Suspension.
Colmize, Ludeman, McPherson, Melton, Moline, Whitman, Williams, Adams, Cherry, Delaney, Gaddis, motion carried.
Emergency.
Hobbs, Colmize, Ludeman, McPherson, Melton, Moline, Whitman, Williams, Adams, Cherry, Delaney, Gaddis, motion carried.
Passage.
Hobbs,
Yes.
Colmize,
Yes.
Ludeman,
Yes.
McPherson,
Yes.
Melton,
Yes.
Moline,
Yes.
Whitman,
Yes.
Williams,
Yes.
Adams,
Yes.
Cherry,
Yes.
Delaney,
Yes.
Gaddis.
Yes.
I'm sorry.
Yes.
Ordinance passed. Ordinance 144, authorizing the expenditure of $31,656.22 from the Street Construction Maintenance and Repair Fund for the Point Place and Swan Creek levy certifications, authorizing the mayor to enter into a supplemental agreement with Fishbeck, Thompson, Carr, and Huber Incorporated for the completion of the certification of the levies and declaring an emergency.
Suspension.
Hobbs, Colmize, Ludeman, McPherson, Melton, Moline, Whitman, Williams, Adams, Cherry, Delaney, Gaddis, motion carried.
Emergency.
Hobbs, Colmize, Ludeman, McPherson, Melton, Moline, Whitman, Williams, Adams, Cherry, Delaney, Gaddis, motion carried.
Passage.
Hobbs,
Yes.
Colmize,
Yes.
Ludeman,
Yes.
McPherson,
Yes.
Melden,
Yes.
Moline,
Yes.
Whitman,
Yes.
Williams,
Yes.
Yes.
Cherry,
Yes.
Delaney,
Yes.
Gaddis.
Yes.
Ordinance passed. Ordinance 145. Authorizing the Huffman Road landfill to accept municipal solid waste and construction demolition debris generated within Lucas County, Ohio from Clum Brothers Waste Solutions LLC, authorizing the mayor to enter into a disposal agreement for a period of 3 years with up to 2 additional 2-year extensions, authorizing acceptance and deposit of revenues into the general fund and the solid waste disposal trust fund, and declaring an emergency.
Suspension.
Hobbs, Colmize, Ludeman, McPherson, Melton, Moline, Whitman, Williams, Adams, Cherry, Delaney, Gaddis. Motion carried.
Emergency.
Hobbs, Colmize, Ludeman, McPherson, Melton, Moline, Whitman, Williams, Adams, Cherry, Delaney, Gaddis. Motion carried.
Passage.
Hobbs,
Yes.
Colmize,
Yes.
Ludeman,
Yes.
McPherson,
Yes.
Melton,
Yes.
Moline,
Yes.
Whitman,
Yes.
Williams,
Yes.
Adams,
Yes.
Cherry,
Yes.
Delaney,
Yes.
Gaddis.
Yes.
Ordinance passed. Ordinance 146. Authorizing the mayor to accept, deposit, appropriate, and expend the COVID-19 Emergency Solutions Grant, ESGCV, in the amount of $2,626,090 from the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development, authorizing submission to the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development, HUD, the 2015 to 2019 Consolidated Plan Substantial Amendment, and the 2019 to 2020 Annual Action Plan Substantial Amendment, and declaring an emergency.
Suspension.
Hobbs, Colmize, Ludeman, McPherson, Melton, Moline, Whitman, Williams, Adams, Cherry, Delaney, Gaddis. Motion carried.
Emergency.
Hobbs, Colmize, Ludeman, McPherson, Melton, Moline, Whitman, Williams, Adams, Cherry, Delaney, Gaddis. Motion carried.
Passage.
Hobbs,
Yes.
Colmize,
Yes.
Ludeman,
Yes.
McPherson,
Yes.
Melton,
Yes.
Moline,
Yes.
Whitman,
Yes.
Williams,
Yes.
Adams,
Yes.
Cherry,
Yes.
Delaney,
Yes.
Gaddis.
Yes.
Ordinance passed. Ordinance 147, authorizing the mayor to enter into an agreement with the Bureau of Justice Assistance through the Office of Criminal Justice Services and to accept and deposit an Edward Byrne Memorial Grant 2020 JG A026907 in the amount of $35,202.23 for the Toledo Police Department, authorizing the appropriation and expenditure of funds from the Operation Grants Fund, authorizing the mayor to accept bids and award contracts, and declaring an emergency.
Suspension.
Hobbs, Colmize, Ludeman, McPherson, Melton, Moline, Whitman, Williams, Adams, Cherry, Delaney, Gaddis. Motion carried.
Emergency.
Hobbs, Colmize, Ludeman, McPherson, Melton, Moline, Whitman, Williams, Adams, Cherry, Delaney, Gaddis. Motion carried.
Passage.
Hobbs,
Yes.
Colmize,
Yes.
Ludeman,
Yes.
McPherson,
Yes.
Melton,
Yes.
Moline,
Yes.
Whitman,
Yes.
Williams,
Yes.
Adams,
Yes.
Cherry,
Yes.
Delaney,
Yes.
Gaddis.
Yes.
Ordinance passed. Ordinance 148. Authorizing the mayor to enter into an agreement with the Bureau of Justice Assistance through the Office of Criminal Justice Services and to accept and deposit a Paul Coverdale Forensic Science Improvement Grant 2020 PCNFS 7816 in the amount of $31,487.47 for the Toledo Police Department, authorizing appropriation and expenditure of funds from the Operation Grants Fund, authorizing the mayor to accept bids and award contracts and declaring an emergency.
Suspension.
Hobbs, Colmize, Ludeman, McPherson, Melton, Moline, Whitman, Williams, Adams, Cherry, Delaney, Gaddis, motion carried.
Emergency.
Hobbs, Colmize, Ludeman, McPherson, Melton, Moline, Whitman, Williams, Adams, Cherry, Delaney, Gaddis, motion carried.
Passage.
Hobbs,
Yes.
Colmize,
Yes.
Ludeman,
Yes.
McPherson,
Yes.
Meldon,
Yes.
Moline,
Yes.
Whitman,
Yes.
Williams,
Yes.
Adams,
Yes.
Cherry,
Yes.
Delaney,
Yes.
Gaddis.
Yes.
Ordinance passed. Ordinance 149, authorizing the mayor to enter an agreement with the Criminal Justice Coordinating Council and to accept and deposit an OCJS Violence Against Women Act grant in the amount of $29,190.67 for the Toledo Police Department Domestic Violence Unit, authorizing the appropriation and expenditure of funds from the Operation Grants Fund and declaring an emergency.
Suspension.
Hobbs, Colmize, Ludeman, McPherson, Meldon, Moline, Whitman, Williams, Adams, Cherry, Delaney, Gaddis, motion carried.
Emergency.
Hobbs, Colmize, Ludeman, McPherson, Meldon, Moline, Whitman, Williams, Adams, Cherry, Delaney, Gaddis, motion carried.
Passage.
Hobbs,
Yes.
Colmize,
Yes.
Ludeman,
Yes.
McPherson,
Yes.
Meldon,
Yes.
Moline,
Yes.
Whitman,
Yes.
Williams,
Yes.
Adams,
Yes.
Cherry,
Yes.
Delaney,
Yes.
Gaddis.
Yes.
Ordinance passed. Ordinance 150, authorizing the mayor to accept and deposit grant funding from the National Institute of Health and National Institute on Drug Abuse through the University of Cincinnati in the amount of $20,000 to assist the Toledo Police Department with the cost to support the Leave Behind initiative, authorizing the appropriation and expenditure of same in the Operation Grants Fund and declaring an emergency.
Suspension.
Hobbs, Colmize, Ludeman, McPherson, Meldon, Moline, Whitman, Williams, Adams, Cherry, Delaney, Gaddis, motion carried.
Emergency.
Colmize, Ludeman, McPherson, Meldon, Moline, Whitman, Williams, Adams, Cherry, Delaney, Gaddis, motion carried.
Passage.
Hobbs,
Yes.
Colmize,
Yes.
Ludeman,
Yes.
McPherson,
Yes.
Meldon,
Yes.
Moline,
Yes.
Whitman,
Yes.
Williams,
Yes.
Adams,
Yes.
Cherry,
Yes.
Delaney,
Yes.
Gaddis.
Yes.
Ordinance passed. That completes our agenda. Councilman Hobbs, first call.
I move to dispense with the reading of the Toledo City Journal for the City Council meeting of March 2nd, 2021.
Seeing no objection, so ordered.
I move to excuse Councilman Delaney for non-attendance at agenda review March 9th, 2021. I move to excuse Councilman Hobbs, for non-attendance at the Public Safety and Criminal Justice Reform Committee of March 3rd, 2021. I move to excuse Councilmember Meldon for non-attendance at the Public Safety and Criminal Justice Reform Committee of March 3rd, 2021, and the Neighborhoods, Community Development, and Health Committee of March 11th, 2021.
Seeing no objection, so ordered.
I relinquish my time, Mr. Denninger.
Councilmember Colmize, first call.
Thank you, Clerk. I want to thank everybody for their unanimous support of two resolutions that were brought forward today that I have my hands on. First for Daryl, just want to remind everybody how wonderful that was, and good to hear Jerry say Machine Gun Kelly. And then also the piece that I brought certainly to be doing all the focus. Sorry, I think I went out there.
Yes, you did.
But I just want to thank everybody for their support on the 2 resolutions that I brought forward today. The second one in particular in partnership with Councilwoman Dr. Adams around algal blooms and doing all that we can to protect our most valuable Great Lake, Lake Erie. I also want to thank everybody for your support for the 2 pieces of legislation that deal with lead lines in our community. We had a press conference today to really highlight the work of the community in this process. I think it's really important to note that the Water Quality and Consumer Protection Committee that we formed through a resolution in December of 2019 is hard at work and is doing all that they can to focus on affordability measures, on assistance programs, and infrastructure needs that our city has as it relates to our water and the Department of Public Utilities. And I really want to thank those community members who were able to come here today to essentially celebrate the fact that we're moving in this direction and doing all of this really hard work. So it's really going to make a huge impact on our city, especially to those folks who might struggle to replace their lead lines. But we are committed to providing safe drinking water to all of our citizens. So thanks for your support on that. Also, shout out during Women's History Month to this council supporting the ERA and pushing that forward. It is decades too far behind in terms of passing it. And I don't know if anybody's had a chance to watch Mrs. America. It's a series that's on Hulu right now, but I'm just blown away by that production. I know that it's based on, just loosely based on historical precedent and how everything happened. But I think it's important for us all to watch things like that so we understand the politics of it and also what it could actually mean for folks as it's passed. And also shout out to local celebrity who's heavily featured throughout that series with our own, and all of a sudden now that I'm saying this, her name escapes me. With someone fill me in here. Shoot, she always wears sunglasses. Gloria Steinem. Thank you. Gloria Steinem, our very own Toledo legend, who has gone off to make a huge name for women's rights throughout our country. Just really grateful to see her featured in that show as well. So thanks very much, Clerk.
Councilman Ludeman, first call.
First of all, I want to thank Mr. Comize for that senior moment there. It makes me feel pretty good to know that I and Mr. Dettinger are not the only ones, and Dr. Adams are not the only ones that forget things once in a while. So yeah, I appreciate that. And I guess if anybody does find out, I really do want to know the skinny on Kanye and Kim and see what is going on there. So I appreciate that. Other than that, I have nothing else tonight. Thank you.
Councilwoman McPherson, first call.
Thank you, Mr. Denninger. I would just like to say to my fellow council members, thank you for the work that you are engaging in every day and answering the call to our constituents and the legislation and the work that you do as we work together as a team. I hope that we will continue to be diligent and transparent in working together and supporting one another. Thank you, and I am honored to be a part of the team.
Councilmember Meldon, first call.
Nothing at this time.
Councilwoman Moline, first call.
Thank you, Clerk. Thank you, council members. I just want to echo the appreciation for supporting the resolution sponsored by all the women of council. I'm very proud to be in your company, and as it was said, the ER way too long in the making. So just want to thank you, especially during Women's History Month. Thank you for all your support, and I hope everyone stays safe and has a good rest of your week.
Councilwoman Dr. Whitman, first call.
Thank you. I yield my time.
Councilwoman Williams, first call.
Thank you, Clerk. I just want to say thank you for everyone that's supported the resolutions. I think that as we bring economy back, it's awesome to see our young folk come back and give back to our community. And please support him. They'll be down. He has his warehouse downtown, and I'm going to visit it soon, hopefully tomorrow, to go pick up my shirts. So I just ask you to support our young people as he is a very talented young man. So everybody should be wearing Midwest Kids.
Councilwoman Dr. Adams, first call.
Thank you, Mr. Denninger. I want to thank everyone for supporting the urging of President Biden to sign a Lake Erie executive order to reduce toxic, harmful algal blooms in Lake Erie. I think it's an important resolution that you passed today. Thank you very much for that support. And I would also like to announce that since this ordinance that we had so much discussion about today has been put in committee, the next meeting of the Education, Recreation, and Employment Committee is April 1st at 1 o'clock. And so I think that would be a great time to have a discussion about it. I want to bring into view the fact that in March, there was supposed to have been by the administration a review of the plan, a collection and review of the data, and research of other successful models. It didn't happen. So I'm hoping that the administration will be prepared to do that in April. And in April, there is supposed to be staffing and management structure. And that was part of the 10-month proposal or the 8-month plan that they had. So 1 o'clock on April 1st. I hope everyone will come that wants to have input. Everyone that was on the committee that had the opportunity to give input before. Whatever you didn't give input on before, please do so now. And please, administration, be there and be prepared to share what the plan is. And from there, I think it'll be a great opportunity for us to have more discussion about anything that anyone didn't say anything about before today. So I've been nothing but transparent and open about everything I had to say. And if anyone felt muted, now's the time to take mute off and speak. And let's have the input in the administration. Please be prepared on April 1st at 1 o'clock. All right. That's it for me today. Thank you very much. Back to you, Mr. Denninger.
Thank you. Councilman Delaney, first call.
Thank you, Clerk. As always, good to see you again. Thank you for your work today, along with Mary and Julie Gibbons. Good to see you all again. Someday, maybe we'll all be in the same place at the same time. Unfortunately, we can't do that yet. Dr. Adams, we'll get this done. Have faith. We'll get this done. Unfortunately, it didn't work out the way you wanted to, but we will get this done. I promise you that.
Thank you.
I wanted to just say to the 4 new folks, I'm proud of all 4 of you. You're all doing an excellent job. I look forward to seeing you guys grow and work and get more involved. I don't even know how you could get more involved. You're doing a great job. So, goodbye. Good to see y'all.
Council Member Gaddis, first call.
Thank you. I just wanted to thank everyone for the ERA passing the resolution. We really do need to encourage the Senate and the House to move forward. We've been stuck in time, and I think it's time for all of us to move forward. I mean, there is a woman in the White House. There is, it is time. So thank you for your support.
Council President Cherry, first call.
Seeing no further business, this meeting is adjourned.